Okay, Coach, on a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Arizona Cardinals and the Houston Texans.
60 outlaw. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
They'll run on first down. Houston. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty. They run it here with Gordon. A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
From the gun on third down. Lawrence able to get this to Gordon. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The drive starts with a handoff to Adams. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, it's Houston. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot. And on that play, they were able to stop him short of a first down.
And now out comes Houston. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Watch the eye. Kill. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
They run on 2nd down with Adams. Oh, look at the strength.
No.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. They'll try and pick up the first down with Adams. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
25, check 25. Hey, switch gears. SOS. Hard. Jackrabbit. Check 25.
On 1st down, this is Adams. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Back to throw. Love. Complete. Smith has it. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. On 1st down, it's Adams. The numbers for Adams in last week's game. Very productive. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them on the ground, 1 through the air.
And it will always be a compliment to say that a guy's got a nose for the end zone, and he sure had it last week.
On 2nd down, Bowser. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Looking to throw. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Adams. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Back to throw. Love. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. On 4th down, Love. It's caught. Smith. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. They'll run on 1st down. Adams. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That goes for 14 yards. First down, Cardinals.
Hey, Tusa. No gain on this defense, no gain. 58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Go.
A quick throw taken in by Diggs. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 2nd down now, it's Gordon looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves him in pretty good shape. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Lawrence. Got Gordon open, completes it. And he's taken down inside the 30.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got
under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in.
And the pressure gets to him again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Got him in. It's Brown. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up. No balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Now Adams. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Ready. 30 pace. Let's go. Coming this way. Here we go.
On 3rd down, Love. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10.
False start, offense.
So that'll back them up 5.
Here we go. Recon, 132 fighter, 18 Gator. Snap.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away.
Come on, set, 8, read.
So we've reached halftime here. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So here are the Texans to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Tucson. They're going to need some therapy after this.
They start on the ground with Adams, and he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
They're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Gets it to Gordon.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They'll keep it on the ground. Houston. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Love. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Operating from the gun. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Back to throw. Love. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. They were looking for Marshall that time.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. To throw on second down, Lawrence. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona. Back now in Houston. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. A gain of 3, second down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
60 outlaw.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Jones has it. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 21.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Aaron Donald make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. The Cardinals on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the gun, Lawrence. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing the receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offensive routes.
Still on attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Love taking a deep, and this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Now left side on the swing pass. Only 3 there on the screen. It's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Here's a second and 7. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Well, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That's to his running back, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be second and goal now.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They face a critical third and goal now in a one-score game. A carry for Adams. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on second and third.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
45's the mic. 45's the mic.
On fourth down, Love. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Mecole Hardman, his 4th touchdown on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. All eyes on the Cardinals now. Down on the scoreboard. At time, a huge factor. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down.
I'm coming after you.
Back to throw. It's complete to Diggs. 25 yards there on the catch and run. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He'll look to throw. It's complete to Jones. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be second and 9. Cardinals got to go quickly, hustling to the line. He's back to throw. He gets it to Cooks. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
It's caught. Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw. And that's complete to Cooks. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They run the counter. It's Houston. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Ready? Line 49. Hey, let's get this.
They'll keep it on the ground. Houston. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 2nd down, it's Houston. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However,